What's up, Arnulfo? How you doing, man?
How you doing, man? I'm good.
You had fun watching these games today, this Liga MX
Man, you
Femenil?
know what? I thought it was gonna be a rough day because of so many games watching back to back, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was able to catch for the most part all three games today. They were really good games, by the way. Truly awesome games. But I wasn't able to watch all complete, the whole game, but I watched bits and pieces of all three. So I'm excited to talk a little bit about it and see what your thoughts were on the matches. And let's take it from there. So
Let's
the
do it.
first game, dude, the you watch all the game?
Oh
America,
yeah,
there you
of
go.
course, of course. Yeah, of course. I actually tailored my schedule today to be home by 3:30 so I could catch the 3:45 kickoff. And yeah, man, I thought it was a good game. I was a little disappointed in America because I thought they they could have used this opportunity against a bottom of the table team to kind of exercise their demons of not being able to score in the first half, and they didn't. And it's continued the same story that they ended the first half of the season with is dominating ball, dominating possession, getting shots but not scoring. So that's kind of really the only down part about the game that I can tell you about.
Yeah, and it was like, 0-0 at the half, and it ended up being a 3-0 America over Mazatlan. But at times in the first half, while I was watching, I felt like it was too hectic. Like America was clearly the better team, but they couldn't establish like dominance with possessions and the buildups that they were doing. It just looked like they were just running energetically and like a lot quicker than the other team, but not really like creating clear opportunities.
Well, I mean, their problem the whole season in the first half has been they can take the ball from the back line and go all the way up front, but they don't know what they're doing up front. It seems like they like I don't know if it's creativity or that I know some of it has to do with the players stepping on each other. I thought Gatti and Palacios did a little bit of that at the beginning of the game, and it cost them some shots on goals. But yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. It's they can't finish what they start.
Do you think that it's probably because they haven't been fully adjusted to, all the new players? I mean, they did make a lot of additions, so most of the additions hasn't been on the attack. So
Yeah,
therefore, it could get, like you mentioned, overstepping each other's toes.
yeah, I think that's a lot to do with it. Yeah, because that basically that whole front line is new to each other. Camberos on the left side, you have Gatti in the middle, both of them first season, and yeah, Luber, was here last season, but they haven't played with each other. So I think that has to do with it. And then I think another problem is I think Craig Harrington is trying to find a running partner for Gatti, and he's tried different players, and it hasn't worked out because they step on each other because they're not used to playing together. I thought in the second half of the game when he brought Dani Espinosa in, that worked because her and Kathy have played a couple games together, so they were able to the flow was a lot better.
And Espinosa can do a lot more with the ball than Kiana Palacios can. Like she could drop more in the middle, in the midfield. So, and
Yeah,
also build up more attacks. Well, Kati had 2 goals and an assist. So looks
player of the
like
game.
she's not slowing down, man. She's got the hype. She's got everything. She's definitely worth to watch a game of the Liga Femenil.
Yeah, now she has 7. She's one away from Cervantes for the lead.
Licha.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I feel like that scoring title is going to be come down to the last couple of games. I feel like there's too many players that are going to be involved along the season.
I hope so, man. I hope it'll make it more exciting. Um, she's also leading in assists. I think she might lead the team in assists. I mean, she's. I think the last 2 games she's gotten an assist. Last game she played before the World Cup break, she had 2 and a goal. So I mean, she's even though she struggled at times, she's still delivering. At in the second half, like the whole team is.
Yeah, and the UC Irvine Prada Scarlet is well
Man,
adjusting. She's
oh my
adjusting
God,
easily to the league. So
she's 8 games in, and I think she already had the trademark shot.
Yeah.
Like that shot from outside, like she
On the left side, cutting in.
yeah, well, this one was on the right side, but she did it with her left, but it's the same result where she shoots it, to the corner, and
Opposite side.
yeah, and she like leaves her feet, like she lands on the ground, like yeah, but it's like become her trademark. So I mean, yeah, like I think I've told you before, I think she's gonna be the future star of America.
I could definitely see that. She's got a lot of skill. So second game of the day that we both watched was the Tigres and Pachuca game, which to me was probably the best game that I watched today, with a lot of back and forth, both teams really going at it on the attacking side.
Yeah, I mean, the best 45 minutes of the season, probably the first half. I don't think that you're going to find a better 45 the rest of the season. And the whole game was probably the game of the season. But that first half was, man, I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Yeah, and like all the chances that Mia Fisher had to score, plenty of chances with headers, in the from the 6 yard line, near the PK spot. She was just all over the box, but she was just unlucky to making it, or scoring a goal.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. She actually played a great game. It would have been nice. She could have capped it off with the goal. But I mean, also you got to give up to that Pachuca defense, especially Karen Diaz. I mean, she stopped one of them with her stomach, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
I mean,
was
that was from close range. That's I mean, this is
she
probably
was
the game of her life right here.
yeah, she was responsible for like at least 2 goals not going in. Like she was all over it. And the goalkeeper too, she was
Yeah.
very present. She was dominant in her area. So it was cool. It was a good game.
Well, she lived up to her name, isn't her name Barreras?
Barreras,
Man,
yeah.
she was
She was
put
a
a fucking
wall.
barrera down. That's what she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, man. So Tigres, on the opposite side, on their defensive side, they're still looking strong. It looks like, Medina is still like moving the defense around, trying things out. Hannah was out with the U20 national team, so Villarreal started today.
Yep.
And another thing that I was able to point out when I was watching the game, that Tigres won 1-0, was the midfield, man. I feel like Tigres midfield is slowly becoming, don't want to use the word old, but it's like the intensity in the midfield is not there like it was in past seasons. And so I feel like that's going to be like a big weakness if not taken care of, with like player rotation or tactical adjustment made by the coach, which I think that's where he's lacked this season, because he hasn't been able to put the players on the field or rotate the players on the field, because he does have a deep squad. And,
Yeah.
Federally Sumner coming in the 94th minute is
That's
terrible.
not cool, man. That's not cool. What are you doing, man? That's
so disrespectful.
It's wrong.
And so, it's her, Mia Fisher, Uchenna Kanu, who was, she came in the 60th, 68th, 70th minute, if I'm not mistaken. And so there's a lot of variables, but not enough like intent to make those variables happen.
Did you think they kind of, I don't want to say they parked the bus after Uchenna came in? Because I don't know if I saw her touch a ball.
I think she might have had at least 2 or 3 touches the whole game. Like she
because I
barely
mean,
touched it.
when she came in, because I mean, Tigres was attacking. So I was like, man, I tweeted she's gonna score 2 goals. And I'm like, damn, she didn't touch the ball at all. I'm like, because
I feel like she hasn't found her spot on the field, and that has to do with coaching. And that's where, like, if he doesn't try different system, or at least lineups to get his players going, he's gonna fail, and striving for that championship that Tigres is known for possibly obtaining.
Where do you think is the best place to put her?
I think you have to play a 4-3-3, man. I think
4-3-3.
Yeah, I think you have to play all 3 of them up front. Like all 3 of them are mobile enough to move all 3 all over the field, which Mayor, and like even you can drop Mayor as a false 9 and have the 2 attackers.
Yeah.
And so she can drop more in the midfield. But regardless, she can.
Well, that's what she was playing today, no?
She was, but she was playing not in a 4-3-3 because Uchenna was on the bench. But if you start Uchenna, Mia Official, and Mayor, they can eat literally because they're so mobile and can
Yeah.
move all over the field. But you got to have a strong center mid because that's where, them being, three big attacking players, you're not going to have the help to return.
Yeah.
So that's where, the adjustments have to be made, and like maybe bring in Nayeli Rangel, start Nayeli Rangel, Mercado, and Nancy Antonio at the same time.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's just not trying things. And because he's not trying things, and you can tell by the substitutions he makes so late in the games, then that he just doesn't, he's known to have a system, and he knows that he likes a system, and he's sticking by his system.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
yeah, I mean, I know after last game, like right away, I mean, they won, but it was they were asking for his head on Twitter. And I didn't think he deserved it because I was like, man, coming off a layoff, and then the weather was ugly the last game. See, this game I understand it, but the other game I was like, oh man, I don't know, man. Got to give him a pass on this one.
Yeah, that was a bad game weather wise, but Pachuca also looked dangerous. Charlyn Corral had some chances. Ceci Santiago had a couple of saves. So overall, great game, man. I hope the quality of the league, keeps improving. And like I said, so far the two games that we talked about, there was class, there was talent, and which take us to the last game.
Well, actually, there's something else that popped out to me about that game. What do you think about the goalkeeper coming in to play the field?
I don't know. Like I mean, I
Some
feel like
Jorge Campos situation going on or something, man.
Man, I feel like if that's like an option, like usually, like even though you're a backup goalkeeper, you probably play a lot more with your feet. So because you're not getting not enough reps, but as many reps.
Mm-hmm.
So I can easily see, going back to when I coached high school, like the backup goalie usually always wanted to shoot on the starting goalie, so he had better feet because he had more reps or training opportunities to shoot.
Yeah, but if you're trying to win a game, is that really the best option off your bench? Like, if I'm a player on that team, you're like, really? Her over me? Like, no disrespect, but I mean, this is what I do.
Well, who's to say that she's not as good or like in better rhythm or form to play than the other player who's
what's her first time?
Yeah, true that.
I just found it weird. I was like, and I'm not gonna lie though, I do like it. I like unorthodox, stuff going on. I'm like, okay, but so I mean, and it, she had a couple of runs like right away. She drew a foul, so I mean, but I just thought it was weird, like especially like you would think you have someone better off your bench.
Yeah, who knows? But definitely interesting. So last game, Monterrey Atlas. First place, Monterrey.
One half of the final.
Yeah, dude. I don't think they're in playoff form. Like
they're ready to go.
Yeah, they just look their pace, the intensity that they play with, and like the different way also, like they can pass the ball and possess it and also play very direct. So and their defense is probably what their biggest strength is.
They have a plus 25 goal differential.
That's incredible. That's insane. But
it's Becca. She's probably playing the best she's ever played. I mean, she's probably at the height of her rhythm right now. I mean, she scored, she opened up the scoring, and I mean, she was all over the place.
She's in great form. She scored with the national team as well. Scored tonight, and she's solid on defense. Super solid. So she's probably one of the better defenders in the league, if not the best.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, that's why she's a pillar for the national team as well. I also was impressed with Burkhead.
Yeah,
like right away, like she stands out to me. So like her energy, she's everywhere. She's gonna fight for a ball, and I'm glad she scored. And it was a golazo too.
Yeah, and so what she does is like she's really good with the ball at her feet. Like she's able to go down the wing, if she has to, but also retain the ball. Like because she's physically more imposing than other players, like she can retain the ball and act as that like holding possession to get her teammates going. in the buildup. So I liked her as well. She was all over the field in that first half. She was, especially within the first 15 to 20 minutes, she was
Yeah.
active, middle, right side of the field on defense. She looks like she's the spark of that team.
Yeah, and then you have the Reina de los Goles with the hat trick.
Yeah, the Seremos Cibáñez, man. Kati's the only one that's gonna stay closer there, but she keeps scoring, man, and she looks like she's gonna be playing for a while.
Yeah, I mean, she's ends up with 300 easy.
Yeah, easily.
Easy.
So, what did you think of Atlas?
I mean, I thought they played as well as they could have against that team. That team is just so powerful. There's only so much you can do. I mean, in the first half, they tied it up right away. I mean, that was boom boom. But I mean, they're gonna wear you down. They're gonna wear you down, and they're gonna score. And I think that's what happened. I didn't get to watch much of the second half. I was on and off, but every time there was you'd hear some commotion on the TV. I'd look, and Monterrey was scoring, and and I was like, yeah.
It just seems like Atlas is like a superstar away, or like a big time player or two from actually like being a true contender, because they have good players and they have been competitive in the past seasons.
And they play well.
Yeah, and so they do play a system that it's good. So I wish that they could possibly spend on a player that can help them, because if they're more competitive, then it just makes the league more competitive.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know you being a Tigres fan and me being an America fan. Maybe we don't want the league to catch up to us, but it would be good.
Yeah,
more competition and be more entertaining.
Yeah, and just like all the games that we had today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so that leaves Monterrey in first place with 24 points. Tigres with 20 points.
America with 19.
There we go. And Chivas with 18. That's probably just about right in terms of which four teams I'd expect to be there.
You don't have any sleeper?
I think that outside of those four, I'd consider Pachuca a really strong candidate.
Yeah, me too. I think they're gonna be a spoiler. Maybe they don't win, but they're gonna spoil someone's chance to win.
Yeah, that's my dark horse for sure. But I'm sticking with Tigres winning the championship. It's gonna be tough, but I think they're gonna grind it out. I think that they have the most talented squad, player per player. So we'll see. But
what do you think has more an upside? Well, I guess it would be Tigres between Tigres and America whenever their players gel.
I think Tigres.
Tigres.
Yeah, until Allison comes back, I think that
Tigres. She's not. I don't think she'll be ready to go this season. They're saying May.
That's what I'm saying. So I think until she comes back, I think that Tigres still holds like the most talent up top. But if Scarlett keeps, continuing her form and play with how she's doing, then I can see them definitely, making a challenge for the best attack. But I think that Tigres still has the best players when it comes to like overall talent. You know what I mean? So like for example, I would take Hawaii over Scarlett if tomorrow we got a game.
Sure.
But I don't think it's like far fetched for them to be on the same level.
I think
pretty soon here.
A key point would be America's backline. I think they're a little better than Tigres.
Oh yeah, but you do have the two national team players in the back, or three in the back. So I feel like they're stacked, man. I think that the four teams. I think more so Monterrey, Tigres, and America are more stacked than Chivas, but I think that it's just each team has a stronger point of how they might be better than the other team.
Hey, don't forget, we have a dark horse that hasn't even played yet.
Who is that?
Andrea. I'm not gonna try to pronounce her last name. From Iceland.
The girl from the Houston.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna play and she didn't get any minutes today. I was surprised about that. But I mean, she has credentials, so we'll see how she adapts. But that might be another key, to see who wins that battle.
Cool. Well, anything else you want to end the night with?
Yeah. It was a great game, great slate of games whole day. What it wasn't great was the refs.
Yeah. There's a bunch. There's like missed offsides on that goal from Monterrey. I think there was like, yeah, it was just
Penalties, Mike. Penalties. I mean, you got to protect Sarah Luber, damn it. You can't let her give. She got fouled in the box. She got fouled twice outside the box in the first half. And this is what got me mad, that at the halftime, the players, right before they went to the locker room, they went up to the ref, like 3 of them, medics of players, showing that leadership and saying, hey, man, well, these are hard fouls. It's not, a little. And then as soon as the second half starts, she gets fouled barely, like a little tap in the back, and he calls that. I'm like, oh, he just did that just to mock them or something.
Yeah, the referee is definitely never on par with the matches. It's always a problem. It seems like they're just not investing resources into bettering the refs.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it. That's all. I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, big goalie day too. I wanted to
point that out. Both goalies from Tigres and Pachuca.
Even Gabi Paz against Monterrey, she still held her own. So big day for goalies.
Yeah.
All right, my man. You have a great night. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, you too.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely. We got.
Till next time.
Yeah.